me. Thank you. Iced tea imported from England. Lifeguards imported from Spain. Towels imported from Turkey. And turkey imported from Maine. We're gonna relax and renew. You go.
Say good morning to Lucy. She's so beautiful. She's been getting so much rain outside recently and sun. And then I think name him Arthur. I don't know. I love him though. He looks very happy. And then we have to introduce my newest plant. This is Dorian Gray. So yesterday when I was working market day, there's this booth that gives out free little plants if you answer a question, and I answered the question correctly. It was a neurology question actually, so I slayed. And so they gave me this little basil plant, and I was very fond of him immediately. And then I got some food at a food truck, and it started pouring down rain, and I had water in my hand, food in my hand, plant in my hand, so much in my hands, opening the door with all of that in my hands. And as I was opening the door to the foyer of where I was walking into, some of her dirt spilled, some of the basil spilled on like the side of my fry container, and I was so upset. And it got on the floor, and I was so upset with this plant that I like genuinely debated, like, of course I would spare her life, but she just really frustrated me for a second. I just like I couldn't deal with it. And so because of that, I decided, to spare her life, because like I said, I'm very fond of her. I love you. However, I just was very, very upset at that situation. At that moment, I was very upset. And so I decided the best way to take out my anger and enact my revenge was to name the basil plant Dorian Gray, because, well, nobody who watches this channel has read Dorian Gray yet. Because Basil dies at the hand of Dorian Gray. And so I just thought it would be really ironic, and this is my new little oxymoron Dorian Gray plant. And it's funny because when Jordan had her hydroponics here, the basil was what took the longest to grow, and I would always comfort the basil. I would talk to it and I would say, Dorian Gray isn't here. You don't have to fear, like, it's okay, you can grow, you'll be fine. But now this basil does not get the same treatment. See, this red is very bright. This got too much sun. But like, look at the new leaves coming up here. They're very bright red. It's really pretty. I found it interesting because on the thing when I got that plant, it said it doesn't really like sun, but it does so much better out there than it does inside. So, or not inside, but in my sunroom. So it really likes direct sun, even though that's not what it said on the tagline. Let's see, getting ready to pack up my paddleboard, and let's do it. I'm so excited. But also the pull-up bar, I asked Jordan if I could use hers, and it's been such a nice addition to my morning routine. When I was back working at the gym for the summer, that was something that we always had kids do, just like after conditioning, before conditioning, as an exercise, because it's so good for your back to stretch out and just kind of like do a dead hang. And gosh, this is heavy. And so that's why I started using it, just because I was like, this will be so like good. I mean, like, she's not going to be here to use it. It's here, somebody should use it. And so yeah. And also, since then I was like, well, maybe I should try to learn how to do a pull-up again. I can do a pull-up again, which is exciting, because when I first tried, like at the beginning of, I don't know, yeah, June when I got back was when I started trying, and I was like, couldn't really do it. But now I can do it again. So yeah, the lighting is also crazy right now. It's so sunny, and everything is green. So yeah, she's in there, and let's go paddleboarding. I'm very excited.
All things fabulous, bigger and better and best. I need something inspiring to help me get a hook. I need a little fabulous. Is that Jimmy Choo flip-flops? Where is my pink Prada tote? I need my Tiffany hairband. Then I can go.
Actually made it to the water. This is the lake situation. It's a very low-key lake. It's like the closest one from my house. It's like 15-20 minutes. That's a dam over there. And yeah, it's very quiet and peaceful. And I just wanted to go somewhere close when I was trying to blow this up for the first time, just because I knew it was going to be a process. And it went well. It was definitely a journey to carry it from the car to here. That way I didn't have to set it down. But yeah, I'm gonna put sunblock on and go. Hi there. I just, look at my hat. This is the only hat somehow that I took up here, and I didn't even take it because I liked it as a hat. I took it because I love it as a novelty piece, because I got it for free when I coached at the Gasparilla Classic in Orlando, because it was the year that the roof blew off of the venue in Tampa. So yeah, so I coached at that competition and I got this Gasparilla hat, which is funny because yesterday when I was working, or the first day when I was working at the festival, there was a vendor there who had a Gasparilla sticker on his grill, and they had like just been down there for an event in Tampa. But anyway, I wanted to do a little review of my time. This was Clow State Park, or Claw State Park. I'm not exactly sure. I've heard the attendant at the gate said it differently than the attendant down there. They're nice enough that they let me bring my car up to actually put my paddleboard back in, because it's quite, like, carrying the paddleboard for that far is kind of a long walk. And this is like the walking area, but they were very nice, so that was great. Alrighty, let's see if I can squeeze my way out of here. But so yeah, this was a really great morning. I didn't plan on doing a full lake day today because I kind of just, since it was my first time dealing with, since it was my first time dealing with my own equipment and like having to pump it up and carry it, I knew I was going to be tired and I didn't really know what to expect, and so I just wanted to do like a nice morning paddleboarding, and it was so nice. Oh my gosh, I must have paddleboarded for at least 2 hours. It was so nice. And yeah, so anyway, here's how the paddleboard was. The paddleboard was perfect once I got it all pumped up. Be quiet, bears and trees. And that's good to know this one isn't at capacity yet, because I guess they do that here too. I know when Jessica and I went to a lake last summer, we tried to get into one lake, but we couldn't, and so we had to go to a different one. But this one isn't at capacity, and it's already like noon or so, so that's good to know. But it's a really small one, so that makes sense. But anyway, the paddleboard was awesome, and it blew up super easily. I was able to get the fins on super easily. Yeah, that's pretty much all the logistical stuff. It did take a long time, I'm not gonna lie. Also, I look so silly with this hat. It's so silly. It's so cute. I love it. But anyway, so definitely is heavy to carry, and so getting there early and being able to park close, as close as you can in their lot, is definitely beneficial. Or getting there early when there's nobody there, so they're nice enough maybe that you drop it off, or at the very least pick it up, which I did at the end. It was really nice. All the young dudes just started playing. Okay, what else? Yeah, it was really fun. I paddleboarded like the entire lake from what I could tell. I feel like it may make a circle. I'm gonna have to look at it on a map and see. It kind of looked like it might make a circle, but also it got a little swampy, so I wouldn't have been able to finish it anyway, because it was just pretty swampy when you got to the end of it. So, but I paddleboarded a lot, and in some spots the water was really shallow, in some spots the water was quite deep, but it was interesting because you would get to the middle of the lake and then all of a sudden I'm seeing such big patches of lily pads and I can basically see their roots at the bottom because it's so shallow. And it's interesting because normally, like back home in Florida, whenever if I paddleboarded on the lake and I saw lily pads, I would always get really nervous because like these are tiny lilies. The ones back home were so big and swampy, and it just like, it's not gonna tell me which way to turn. Seriously? Like I remember, but wow. Okay. But so normally back home, like if I see a bunch of lily pads and I'm paddleboarding on the lake, I get nervous because like I know there's something under there. They're beautiful, they're bright green, there's little fish swimming around. Like I know there's such a full and thriving ecosystem under those lily pads, and I don't want to be near any of it. I don't want to be near any of the gators or anything. And so it's weird because paddleboarding on a lake up here, like there's nothing alarming to worry about. They don't have gators, they don't have amoebas. When I've asked people and talked to people, they're like, oh, those snapping turtles will get you, which I'm sure they will, and that would hurt and be awful. Just don't mess with a turtle, don't touch a turtle, and I think you'll be fine, you know? Also, the entire area, this entire drive, I said before I was coming here, I was like, I'm not going that far into the woods to do this paddleboarding excursion. And on my drive here, I was just constantly thinking, I was like, where am I? Because I actually am in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere, but that's just this entire state, which is so beautiful and so nice. I love it so much. It's so, so pretty. Anyway, I don't know if you're going to be able to hear the music in the back. If not, that's going to be silly. Take a sharp left turn. Oh my. What else? The moose is obviously the cutest ever. I loved him so much. It's so cute. And yeah, this was a really good spot, I think, because I have a few other reservations booked, or not reservations, but I guess like day passes that I got from the library. I have a few of those. Sharp left turn here. Really? Welcome back, Brian Ross. And on those, I might go to different lakes that are a little further and like make a day out of it. But for the first time, I just really wanted to kind of figure out what it was going to be like using my own paddleboard, blowing it up and everything. I will say, everything about today was such an arm workout. Like my shoulders, my arms, like I am tired. Whenever I tell someone I'm going paddleboarding, they're like, oh, like, you know, it must be because you have the balance from gymnastics, or like your legs must be strong and whatnot. And yeah, definitely. But I feel like honestly, and maybe it is because like my legs are strong, but I feel like after every time I go paddleboarding, I feel the most tired in like my shoulders and my arms, just because of, it's a lot. Like the paddleboard is longer than my car. So you're pushing yourself and the paddleboard, plus if there's wind, which today there wasn't, but like that's a lot to like paddle along and everything. So plus I had to pump it up, so my arms are tired for sure. But okay, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna have something for lunch, and then I don't know, I think I'm gonna try to go to the market and work a little more today, because I feel like it's really good, easy hours. So, and I really enjoyed it too. It's so fun seeing all the kids, and just, I love a festival. It's like a street market, and it's just so fun. The paddleboard was awesome. I absolutely loved it. I will definitely be going all summer a lot. This was a really good spot because it's super close, but I'm excited to explore other lakes too. I also got a sticker for Classic Park, so that's exciting. I can put it on my desk, and maybe by the end of summer I'll have a collection of stickers of lakes that I have paddleboarded. And yeah, I think that's a wrap. That's pretty much all I have to say right now. It was wonderful. I loved it so much. And turtle crossing, see, the turtles are near. They're definitely near. one point I saw this log and it was very, like, dude, these squirrels are stressing me out. They're, whoa, mountain, mountain. And all of a sudden you have, oh, there it is again. It's so pretty. You just have like such pretty mountain views. So yeah, that's that. So I think that's all for now. Paddleboard worked wonderful. It blew up easily. Everything went really, really well, and I'm so excited to do that all summer. Yay! Thank you so much. I love you all. I feel my ears popping. Jesus. Like, what kind of elevation was that I can feel it in my ears? I have baby ears, I think. I have baby Floridian ears who are not used to any change in elevation whatsoever. When you got late every morning. Festival hours. This up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can't make this up. Dude, I'm out here. I'm like trying to check on Dorian Gray. What's going on? Give him some water. And all of this stuff, I think my roommate, she put over. And dude, bro fell out. Dorian Gray found dead. Like, I mean, he's probably fine, but what? Oh my God. You can't make this up.